Hey there YouTube, it's Marvin here again. Welcome to my channel RUV. Today I want to talk about breakout boards and why did I buy the ZSX breakout board and what's the big difference between three of them. But before that, let's roll the intro. Alright, so as you can see, the very obvious difference is the sizes of the breakout boards, of course, and the connectors, number of connectors. The ZSX has 16 6-pins connectors and also has connector for the fans, and that connector is the regular connector that you use in your PC. It's not the older like 4 pins like it looks like this one here. All of them has voltage display actually, all three breakout boards, but this one has a current display. But take note that this display for the current is only showing the load of the breakout boards, which is your motherboard, GPUs, and fans, or if you have any other things that you're connected to the motherboard or the breakout boards. And also the ZSX board has two Molex connector, and it also have the 4 pins connector. This is the link if you want to use more than one power supply. Of course you have to use another breakout board so you can connect them, and then they will turn on and off at the same time. But of course you need a cable for that, and then parallel miner has like all the cables that you need. And they also have a PWM connector for the fans. That's you can use that cable, the fan cable, for it to control the speed of your fans. One of the main big difference of these three breakout boards is the price. As you can see right here is $7.99, I believe that US dollar, and then the other one is $9.99. And let me show you the ZSX. Let's see. There's also this one here, parallel miner. They have different prices. And where is it now? Okay, this is the one that I have right now. This cost me like 78 and 25 cents US dollar plus shipping to Canada, of course. And it comes with the cables. This one here, this is the Molex cable, and which is this one right here, and it comes with the 24 pins cable, and it also have the 8 pins connector, which is this one here. But again, that is $78 compared to $8, which is this one here, and then like $15, which is this one here. But again, like it depends what do you need. And as you can see here, this is the second version actually. They have the first version, which is this one here. Let's go back. This one here, the difference is this one doesn't it's only have the voltage display. It doesn't have the current display. But if I were to buy another one, I'm just gonna go with this one here because I don't really need a current display for my DC load. And this is $10 difference. It's not much, but if you know, as I said, I don't really need the DC current display, because like what is important to me is like how much current my whole rig is drawing from the wall. So I'm using this one here. This one is I bought it from Amazon. This is like you can tell how much like your whole rig is drawing from how much current is drawing from the wall. That's the most important, so that you won't trip your breaker off. You don't overload your breaker. Just respect the 80% rule. What does that mean? Is like you don't exceed 80% of the capacity of your power outlet from the wall or your power supply. Let's say if you have like 100 amperes power supply, you only use maximum 80 amperes of it. You don't exceed 80 amperes. That's the 80% rule. Otherwise, you're gonna run into different problem, like if like you use more than 80% of your power supply or your power outlet, you're gonna end up like tripping off the breaker, or overloading your power supply, and you're gonna run into different issues, headache with your rig, like probably shutting down, like stopping mining, because like that the algorithm is like changing. Sometimes it just goes and up, so it's gonna suck like your wattage also gonna goes up and down as well. It's like there's not really steady. So 80% rule is a good thing. You have to follow that, and that's what I'm also following with all my rigs. Yeah, and the DC load for your rig, like for your GPUs, you can like roughly calculate it using like all the GPUs wattage is shows on the nice hash miner or HiveOS. Like you can roughly calculate that, so I don't really need the DC current display from the breakout board. As I said, important thing is like the total power of your rig that is drawing from the outlet, which is I'm using this one here. Anyway, let's go back to the breakout boards, and I will show you the main reason that's why I bought the ZSX, even though it's way more expensive than the other boards. All right, so the two main reason why I bought the ZSX board, even though it's way more expensive compared to these two. The first main reason is, of course, it has the 24 pins connectors, and also the cable comes with an 8 pins connector. It means that you can power a regular ATX type mining motherboard, which is I bought two of them. I already using one, and then it's currently I'm using with this motherboard, and it's mining Raven coin right now. And also you can power any ATX type motherboard, like like just the regular gaming motherboard or regular ATX motherboard that requires 24 pins. And the second reason is this ZSX motherboard has memory for the power state. Yeah, there's one guy asked me before in my previous video that like what happened if the power cuts out. So I said like, of course I have to turn on the breakout board manually because this one doesn't have a memory. It doesn't memorize like what is the power state when the power cuts out. And that's the big difference with the ZSX motherboard. And that's really important, because let's say if you're not home and then the power cuts out, so your rig turn off and then the power comes back, and then your rig is still off because this one doesn't have a memory. So it depends how long you're gonna be away from home. Let's say if you're away for like 2 to 3 days, so you're gonna lose that, you're gonna lose a lot of money because your rig stopped working even though the power comes back. I know there's another way that you can turn your rig remotely, but I don't want to go to that hassle. I want it like when the power's back on, I just want my rig to turn on automatically and start mining. And saying that, let me show you how it works. All right, let's start with the first one from the left. Let's put this aside first, and I have a 1200 HP server power supply. So let's plug this in. Okay, I'm gonna turn the power on. I mean the power source on. As you can hear the fan, the power supply turns on and the breakout board is still off. So let's turn that on. There you go, there's a display. That's 12.1 volts. And I'm gonna cut the power, so the AC power source while it's in on state. Now it's off. I'm gonna turn the AC source on again. As you can see, the breakout board is still in the off state. So what you have to do, you have to turn it on in order to power your rig. Alright, let's do the second one. I turn the AC power source on. The server PSU is on, the breakout board is not on. Let's turn it on. And let's cut the power, the AC power, while this is on state. Now it's off. Let's turn the AC power source on again. As you can see, the breakout board is still doesn't turn on, so you have to manually turn it on. I don't know if you guys knows how to, if there's a way to turn it on automatically when detects the power without adding any, like any other things in it. That just leave it in the comments. I want to learn about that too, but I've been searching information. It doesn't have the other breakout boards that has like a switch, slide switch here. I know that you have to, if there's like an off position and on and the straight on the other side, if you slide that switch to the straight, I believe that will turn the breakout board when it detects the power. Anyway, let's try the ZSX board. Alright, let's see the game changer. As they said, ZSX board because of the 24 pins connector. Alright, let's turn the AC power on. And as you can see right now, it is on the off state. So let's turn it on. Now the breakout board is on, and let cut the AC power off. Now it's totally off, and then let's turn it on again. Let's turn the AC power source on. The breakout board should turn on automatically because it was in the on state when the AC power cuts off. There you have it, guys. It turns on automatically once it detects the power from the power supply. Since it has the regular fan connectors, let's connect the fan. Okay, I connected the fan as a load, and let's turn the AC source. There you go. The breakout board turns on automatically when it detects the power, which that is the main reason one of the main reasons that's why I bought a ZSX board. Especially in the winter time in Canada where I live, you know, like there's a we get like few occasion that we have like, the power cuts out 2 to 3 times in a day. Especially if it's windy, there's a windstorm, it's always happen. Let's cut the AC power off. Let's turn it on again. There you go. And when it's on the power off state, it will stay off. Let's try that. Now it's off. I'm gonna cut the AC source. Okay, the server PSU stopped running, and then I'll turn on the AC source again. The breakout board shouldn't turn on because it was on the power, it was on the off state when the AC cuts off. Alright, so let's try to turn it on. For the last time, let's cut the AC power off. And shuts down. And turn the AC power on again. And everything, you know, like just start running. Of course, you have to set your motherboard, your mining motherboard, to power on state once it detects the power from the BIOS. Without, you know, doing that, your motherboard won't turn on as well. So you have to, as I said, you have to set that on so that it will detect the power from the breakout board. Your motherboard will turn on automatically. Your rig will start the, you know, like the Windows or HiveOS, whatever you are using there, and will start mining. Don't forget that. Okay, guys, I think that's pretty much it. That's all I want to talk about today. And yeah, if you are new to mining, just like myself, I mean, I'm not really new, but I still consider myself new because I'm still learning every day. Also, I'm learning from you guys. You know, like I learn a lot since I start, you know, like uploading mining video on my channel, which is my channel is not really specific for mining. It's anything that I do. If I think that is useful, entertaining, I'm gonna upload it there. But yeah, anyway, if you are new to mining and if you wanted to use a server power supply instead of like regular ATX power supply, I know the price difference there is really high compared to the, you know, like those regular breakout boards. But remember that, you know, this is totally different breakout board, and it also comes with all the cables that you need, and you can buy the server power supply, which is way cheaper than buying the ATX power supply. And it has like lots of connector for the 6 pins, which is really, I would say, versatile. You can use it with any mining board that you have. And but if you think about it, like you can, because like you can buy the kit including the power supply around $170, including all the cables, break ZSX motherboards. That's $170 US, which is, I would say, which is still way cheaper compared to the, you know, branded expensive, you know, like mining power supply like these two. But remember, guys, that this power supply here, they are a lot quieter. They're really quiet, and the only drawback is it's like heavy and bulky, but this is also reliable as, you know, like a server power supply. Anyway, hopefully you guys find this video useful, informative, and if you guys want to get into like details about the breakout board, you can always go to Parallel Miner. They have like complete information and details about it. They have a user manual, they have like the wiring guide that can help you to connect the wiring from the breakout board to your motherboard. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys following my channel, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.